Right, guys, I'm gonna come out and tell you, I get banned pretty much anywhere I go for talking about this shit. I'm not joking. I'm sure they kind of want this as well, so they can be like, oh, you're so crazy. It just really irks me when I get banned for posting something that you wouldn't think gets you banned, I guess. You wouldn't think it gets you banned, but right off the bat, it gets you banned. So I found this to be important. There's a couple of instances of this happening. A couple. And I don't know if they're outright denying my claims or if they're trying to act like, oh, there's too much of this on the website already. There isn't. What I posted, no one else had posted. In fact, I don't know how many people saw what I posted in the first place. So I'll just show you what got me banned. Show you here if I can find it. This right here is in the Epstein Files. So this is Steve Bannon, the guy who recently did the whole Epstein interview on YouTube, or he recently posted it. So this is apparently, it's Jeffrey Epstein's, it's the Jeffrey Epstein files. Who else would it be? Said Mr. Epstein decides to say, this thing being Russia or DJT or play is the somehow my friendship with Lucifer smiley face emoji. And if you remember in the Steve Bannon interview, somebody, I think it was Steve Bannon asks Epstein, there's something deeply fucked up about you. That's like an hour and 13 minutes in. He asks him, Mr. Epstein, there's something deeply fucked up with you. Could it be something to do with this? So there you go. There's another instance of this whole child sex trafficking thing being connected to Luciferianism. Here's another mention of Lucifer in the Epstein files. This appears to be some kind of like fucking email that he got. As you can see, it's some kind of ring, like a jewel, with the name Lucifer on it. Here's someone that Jeffrey Epstein either was acquainted with or knew about. He's getting emails about it. And these are his books: The Lucifer Principle, Global Brain, and the Genius of the Beast, The God Problem. It's just very interesting. That's all I'm saying. There's quite a lot of mentions of Lucifer in these Epstein files, as you can see. Electric Lucifer. Expand your mind by listening to Bruce Hack's 70s psychedelic opus, The Electric Lucifer. I mean, I kind of. So I'll show you what I got banned for now. This is what I got banned for. Let's see if I can find this picture that I just made right here. So this was so weird to me, and I'm going to show you another photo, a couple other photos of me getting banned. All of this is me. This is me. I posted this. I guess I don't care anymore. As you can see, as on 4chan, there's a board called X. That's the paranormal board. They've been doing this shit to me for years. Now, if this was like, okay, keep in mind, if this was like, I posted something dumb or like funny and they just didn't like it and banned me, I wouldn't even care, right? But I was actually posting quite a few important things, and it's all on this computer, and they just banned my IP. This is what they banned me for. So when I exposed the truth in the Epstein files, I posted this picture right here. Anyone could have posted it, but no one did. I posted this picture right here, okay? And then they banned me right here. Banned me for 2 days and 21 hours. So, Satan, this is what the post says. Satanism is allowed here, as you've seen, but I get my threads nuked within minutes of posting them. Share info about Pizzagate, Epstein, and the sex trafficking side of things. So I posted that, right? Within minutes of me posting it, they instantaneously banned it. So let me get this straight. On 4chan's X board, you guys allow Satanism, light pornography, and other things, but you won't allow me to talk about sex trafficking in any real length and get an actual discussion going. It's weird. Why? I mean, you guys waste time banning my threads, which have super important information in them that's now confirmed. I mean, this is from the FBI's website. What now? I mean, like, they've done this to me for years. Back in like 2016, whenever Pizzagate happened, 2015, I don't know. Whenever that really took place, I was posting on 4chan. Okay. I was a kid, obviously. I shouldn't have been posting on 4chan, but I was. And the reason I was is because this shit really got to me. I was like, yeah, I don't think this is like just a joke from some people just coming online to make jokes. No, I think it might actually be a sex trafficking ring. Until this day, 23 years old, from 15 years old to 23 years old, I know there's a sex trafficking ring. You can't imagine the things these people have done to me. You really can't. That's crazy to me. So I got a 2-day ban for telling the truth. But if you guys post nasty, evil Satanism threads all day, it's okay. I've said it a number of times on this channel. Who do you think created all the evil on this planet, including the pedo stuff? It was Satan. So, like, when there's an endorsement on your website for Satanism, it's just weird. It's like you guys endorse it because within moments of me posting, I'll have my shit removed. I'll be banned. But these Satanists can come on the website just fine. And there's no problem. Isn't that just like completely insane? If it was my website, I would ban them because I don't want them to discuss shit here. But then again, I would also ban all the porn if I ran 4chan because why the fuck would I want that on the website anyway? Then they'd probably do some terrible shit to the website. Some terrible shit that I'm not gonna say, but I know the alphabet agency's playbook when it comes to Chan websites, okay? Let's just say I'm not a fucking idiot and I know a thing or two. They do these nasty things online. They have whole databases full of nasty materials. Snuff films, probably. Not joking. Somewhere out there, an intelligence agency has a copy of Daisy's Destruction, which Peter Scully made. Don't know if you know about Peter Scully, but that was yet again another sex trafficking thing that I showed you on this channel. It's confirmed. I only showed you one because it's so nasty, but two, so you can understand that I wasn't fucking around. This is a thing that actually happens. They do snuff films. It's not just children, but yes, they do it with children too. And this is a confirmed case of that happening. So I'm gonna read this to you. This is about a Peter Scully. See if I can find you a picture of him. Some fucking bitch. Sorry, Peter Scully. Let's get that picture. Come on, right here. So this is the Peter Scully 60 Minutes. That's him. That's the guy that directed the snuff films and was connected to a human trafficking ring, basically. If he wasn't connected to a human trafficking ring, he wouldn't have been able to get those children. The official story is that the parents of the children were so poor that they couldn't look after them, so they just gave them to this creepy ass Peter Scully guy, which I don't really believe. I think they probably just bought them or something. I mean, he was a rich guy at this time. He was able to immigrate to the Philippines. And that's where apparently this had started. I think it may have started in Australia, which is where he's from. This is a case that's a little bit more well known, but a lot of people let it slip. This is pretty serious. I don't know if people really understand the gravity, because this really happened. Like, this isn't a fucking psyop. This is real. This is unfortunately real. I mean, you can debate me if you want to. That this alone, this case's existence proves that there's a sex trafficking ring. It has to. There's no way that nasty shit like this. Let me explain. Scully operated a secret dark web child sexual abuse website known as No Limits Fun. So let me give you a brief background on what that entailed. So this website, if you don't know what the deep web is, I'm sure you do, but there's a program, two programs, I2P and Tor Onion Router. These programs allow you to basically get under like 8 different proxies and browse the internet completely anonymously, apparently. I think way back in like 2016, the FBI was signed some kind of bill where it was like if you use the Tor network, they could like get a search warrant on you. So don't use the Tor network. There's no reason for it. It's slow. I'm telling you right now, I don't know how they do it in 2026, but those websites are real I'm not saying a red room. I'm saying where they sell videos of people getting murdered, where they sell illegal materials. This has been confirmed. And Peter Scully was, if there's one website that operates by selling child snuff videos, there must be a couple. So if that's what his company was called, No Limits Fun. And the reason it was called that is because he would literally do the most brutal things, nasty things to children on video, and then sell the videos, as it says here, for up to $10,000. So I'll read this out. Scully produced his now notorious snuff film, Daisy's Destruction. This is real. I know it might be hard to believe, but this actually is real. This is what they do. Which he commercially sold and distributed on his website for up to $10,000 US. It features the torture and rape of 3 girls, including an 18-month-old infant, by Scully and 2 Filipino women. Urged on by Scully. What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Urged on by Scully, some of the most severe physical abuse was carried out on the children by one of his girlfriends, then 13-year-old Lizelle Magello, who was formerly trafficked as a child. So that's yet again another official confirmation of this being an interconnected thing. So I don't know if it states it here, but there were plenty of buyers of Daisy's Destruction. I don't know if each one of them paid 10K for it, but there were plenty of buyers. And if they could afford something like a $10,000 snuff film of a child, several, there's something going on. This isn't just something that pops into people's heads one night. Like Peter Scully, before becoming a snuff film director, was a scam artist. He ran IT scams, which I assume means technological scams. Maybe he ran a fake IT call center. I don't. He made a lot of money from that endeavor. So, this is not the only website that is on the deep web which hosts horrific child sexual abuse material. There are, in fact, plenty. So it then begs the question, where are these websites coming from? Well, we do have an answer, my friends. In fact, I don't have it saved on my computer, but I can show you right now. So, we're going to pull up Wikipedia. I don't generally like Wikipedia, but for the most part, it works. Okay. So, what Peter Scully did falls into could be called hurtcore, which is basically, I'm going to explain the psychology a little bit. These people are I don't think they're completely retarded because they know their ways around a computer and they're way older than, this is not something like if a child did this, it would be a very bad sign. I don't know how to fathom it psychologically, how they could do this, other than the fact that they're evil as fuck. I just don't know what would be the necessity of it, why they would do such a thing. There is no necessity in it, but this is what it is. Is this the guy? So yeah, Peter Gerard Scully, that's the guy we just talked about. He headed a lucrative international child sexual abuse ring that offered pay-per-view videos on the dark web of children being sexually abused and tortured. In the Epstein Files, there's an email to Epstein or from Epstein. I'm pretty sure it's to Epstein. And it says, "You okay? I love the torture video." Now, I'm telling you right now, this is real. There's plenty of real torture videos on the clear web. Don't go to a gore site, but that's an example of snuff films. People direct people dying all the time. Anytime, in my opinion, when there's a video of someone getting murdered on camera, or getting shot, or being killed in some way, that's a snuff film. It should constitute as such, but it doesn't. And because there's no laws against, killing someone on camera, it doesn't ever really reach the courts. But there are so many videos, I would reckon hundreds of thousands of videos, some of which many haven't seen, of people getting beaten, murdered, their arms cut off, shot in the face. You see what I mean? Like there's plenty of videos like that. So it's not uncommon at all for humans to record people dying. They do it all the time. They do it up until this day. So I am looking for a particular individual hurt to the core. Matthew Falder? Is this the fucker? I'm pretty sure he got stabbed to death. So I don't think this is him. No, I think that's him. Yeah, that's him. So this is the guy. There's a whole documentary on him. He ran a deep website too. As you can see, I think that these guys do a lot of really hardcore drugs, like nasty stuff, like meth or just nasty stuff. Like, 'cause this guy looks nasty. So yeah, I think this guy was stabbed to death. Wasn't this guy stabbed to death or something? I'm pretty sure he was stabbed to death. If I'm not wrong. There might be another pedophile that ran a deep website for child abuse and got stabbed to death. Alright. Basically, they're keeping me around as a lab rat right now. So I figured while they treat me like that, I'll just expose their demon friends. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna do a bit of scrubbing on our research on this guy. Hopefully it's not been scrubbed. Matthew Falder is an English convicted sex offender and blackmailer. So he's apparently blackmailing some of these people. I can see that. Pedophiles tend to blackmail each other. So, yeah, quite a number of charges here. Here we go. Falder's online offending was detected as early as 2009. Falder would usually pose as a young woman online and manipulate young children to photograph themselves in compromising positions, and then offer the images over the internet. In April 2015, the National Crime Agency discovered someone posting to the Hurtcore websites under the name 666 Devil, who later turned out to be Falder. NCA officers arrested Falder in his office at his place of work on 21st of June 2017 when they read out a list of the offenses he was suspected of committing. Falder remarked that it sounded like a rap sheet from hell. Falder's victims numbered over 50 and it took over 30 minutes to reach out the charges to him at Birmingham Crown Court. Originally charged with 188 offenses, he pleaded not guilty to 51 of them. The prosecution accepted this, but they were ordered to remain on file. Falder used various accounts on several websites to pose as a young girl or woman named Liz. On the dark web, Falder used such names as In the Garden, 666 Devil, and Evil Mind. Ooh, you don't know how revealing that is. Evil Mind. That was one of his usernames. So you notice how one of his names is 666 Devil and the other one is Evil Mind, but both words, devil, contain evil. Both usernames contain the word evil. Evil Mind, Devil, Evil. Yep, there you go. Folder had 70 different online identities. He lured people into taking photographs of themselves in humiliating situations. Folder engaged in hurtcore, which police have characterized as manipulating others into performing acts of rape, murder, sadism, torture, pedophilia, blackmail, humiliation, and degradation. That's a lot. One of Falder's victims was just 14 years old. Falder said online he would willingly mentally fuck her up and added, I'm not sure I care if she lives or dies. Falder increased the pressure on his victims, at least four of whom attempted suicide. When one of his victims pleaded for the abuse to end lest they kill themselves, Falder replied that the images he had already had on them would be circulated on the internet anyway. Falder maintained that he could not be caught, and he was caught. So yeah, there's plenty of here's another apparently an infant rapist, Ian Watkins. Okay, I'm not fucking with you guys, all right? Look, I don't even know how to preface this. This is pretty far into the video. We're 20 minutes in. I'm just going to come out and say it. There's a video on my channel. I'll pull it up right now. There's a video. It was uploaded a couple of months ago. So it's pretty old at this point. So I'm going to show you it here. Here it is. Worst gang stalking incident yet. And then 10/25/2025. This is all the way back in October. So, the problem is that these people are psychopathic. And regardless of whether or not they're joking, regardless of whether or not they're joking, the person who did this to me is a sick fuck. And I have to be careful about what I say. Let's just say this person likes to threaten to rape infants like Ian Watkins. Let's say that, and this person is also a tremendous coward because they won't. They would never do that to my face. They would never talk about raping and killing children to my face. Not in 2026, you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't do that. I can expose you right now, but I don't know who you are. That's the worst part. If I knew who this was, I would just expose them. I'd be like, hey, this guy likes to creep me out and joke about raping infants. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. If you want a really TLDR version of this, come onto the channel. This video right here that says really sick of this shit. Here's a TLDR.
Yeah, so a couple months ago, I uploaded a video where I talked about there was a guy threatening to rape an infant. That actually happened. The guy who did that was too much of a coward, though, to show his face. Yeah.
And that's it. He threatened to rape an infant, and he thinks it's a joke. And he's saying it at the absolute worst time. I mean, I was studying the Epstein Files. I've already been looking into this human trafficking thing for some time since I was a teenager. So them making all these fucking jokes, like maybe if it was a joke against the pedophiles, then I could get behind it, right? But it's always something sick, like talking about raping and killing children, talking about raping infants. Like, dude, you're not funny. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong at all. And if anyone wants to debate me, why? Why are you debating that? Like, make your jokes, but like, don't force it on me. And it's not a joke, bro. Whoever did this is probably a sex offender. Some of my gang stalkers are sex offenders. That's basically confirmed at this point. Why are registered sex offenders gang stalking me? Why? Why do they have more income than me? Why is it easier for them to find a job? I have no criminal record, but it's easier for them to find a job than me. I find that to be very interesting. They ain't homeless. They got houses and shit. They're living fine. Not me, though. Clean criminal record. I get treated like a fucking terrorist. Can you imagine what they do to me for this? They attack me for what these people have posted, for what these people have said, for what these people have done. Cause and effect. If you joked like this to me in real life, I've had it happen before. Literally. Like people are possessed by like demons and the devil. Like literally. Like you're gonna joke in my face while I'm studying human trafficking, a very serious thing about raping children. follow what I'm saying here. I'm not gonna go on very much longer about this. They joked in my face about raping and killing children and how that was funny to them multiple times. Numerous. The context? I'm studying human trafficking at that time, which is a very sensitive subject. Human trafficking. And then people are now joking to me while I'm studying human trafficking about children being raped and killed, and they think that that's going to make me laugh, considering that that's actually a reality here. It's not going to make me laugh. I don't know what the fuck their problem is. I've explained it in clear fucking English why it wasn't funny. And a part of why it wasn't funny was because I was studying real shit that happened. So that you come to me while I'm studying this real serious fucking nasty ass shit and you're talking about raping and killing children. How am I supposed to find it funny? It's not funny. Understand my perspective, it's very basic. I'm not a person that gets easily offended by jokes. You can make any joke that you fucking want to if it's funny. That shit does not appeal to me. It will never appeal to me after everything I've been through with the human trafficking scandal. I do not want to hear jokes about children getting raped or killed. I just don't. Because I don't know how to differentiate it from a psychopath gloating about their crimes. This is not a joke. Like, I just don't know what people don't fathom about these occultists doing sex trafficking and flaunting it in our faces. I've shown enough proof. I've shown plenty of proof. Videos worth. First few videos on this channel, I'll say again, are about all the stuff that I uncovered. I'll show you right here. These videos, these two right here, are very important. Really, all these videos are important. These are the first videos on the channel. If you want to go watch those, they will fill you in. But the super most important is this right here. This playlist. The first video, Pizzagate, Mouthy Buddha, all parts, warning, disturbing. This one right here, that's the one that I would say is the most important, and then the rest is just like stuff that happened in the whole Pizzagate scandal. That was really weird, and I felt deserved to be highlighted. So go watch this Pizzagate documentary, and then combine it with all the Epstein stuff, all the stuff we found in the Epstein Files. This right here is in the Epstein Files. Combine all the stuff that's in this playlist right here. God damn it, right here. Combine all that stuff. This is the Pizzagate playlist. Warning, disturbing. That's what it says. Combine it with the Epstein Files, and you're gonna find out that it's real. At least in my opinion. I don't know how people overlook this shit. It's all there for me, but I'll edit the rest together and post.